So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a problem. And the problem is that one of the mainstream media broadcasters is coming after Northern Perspective. They're coming after Wyatt Claypool, and they're probably coming after other independent creators for using footage that they've actually used in their broadcasts. Now, this is a problem because one of the tenets of news and one of the tenets of online independent creators is that you borrow clips from each other, comment on it, provide your own spin on it, and provide your own feedback on it in order to transform it and give people a different perspective, hence the pun. But what CTV is doing is they are all of a sudden coming after independent creators for using clips out of their news broadcasts that everybody else has used. So when it comes to this specific issue, we put out this video. So this was a video that we talked about the trade war. We talked about some of the different broadcasters talking about it. And one of the clips that we used was from CTV's Vashi Capellos. She gave her take on that. It's about 76 seconds of that video. And this video that we put out was about 17 minutes long. And the broadcast that we took this from was 23 minutes long. But CTV filed a copyright claim against our channel, trying to take all of the revenue that we were earning off this video.
Now, if we thought that we had done something wrong and used their footage in a manner that is not protected under the law, then we would have either deleted the video or just accepted the copyright claim. But we don't think that's the issue here. We think that CTV is falsely claiming their footage in our video, even though it falls under fair dealing, which is protected by Canadian law.
So what is fair dealing? This is fair dealing, folks. Basically what it means is that you're allowed to take a piece of footage, you're allowed to criticize it, and you're allowed to comment on it, as long as you attribute who the author is and where you got it from. And that's what we do in every single one of our videos. Now, this isn't the first time we've used CTV's clips. Hopefully it won't be the last time. But CTV also uses clips from other sources as well,
including Northern Perspective.
They actually used our clip from the Pierre Poilievre interview when all of the mainstream media was going after Pierre last fall, and they used it here. But they also used it here. There's 8 more videos that they used it in. And here's 8 more videos that they've used it in. They used it in 17 different videos, and some of which were actually extremely short, where 75% of the video was our clip.
Right, and unfortunately, legally, under fair dealing, they can do that. Now, the fact that they took it out of context and all that aside, different issue, but when they use clips without permission and build a story around it, that is permitted under fair dealing.
So what has happened with this video is there's a process, which I won't go into because it's too long, where you go back and forth between the original author of this trying to claim it and then the person actually using it. Well, we're at a point now, folks, where the last part of this process is we submitted one more appeal citing the law. They rejected that, and now we have 7 days. At the end of that 7 days, if we do nothing, then what will happen is Bell will have that video taken down and all of the revenue will disappear. And if we then issue a counter notification, what will happen is we will say to Bell, see you in court. And they then have to provide proof to YouTube that they have filed a lawsuit in a court of law in order to come after us for copyright violation. Now, we're not the only ones that they're going after. This is Wyatt Claypool. He posted this actually a couple hours ago. So they're coming after him as well. And he used a very small amount of footage from them as well. So we're in this environment where we have these big budget newscasters that now are coming after independent creators for using little clips in their videos. Meanwhile, these broadcasters seem to think that they can take clips from everybody else with impunity.
Well, and this is the exact issue. CTV is issuing a copyright claim, which can turn into a copyright strike against Northern Perspective for us taking a small amount of footage. It amounted to about 8% of our total video and commenting on it and building a narrative around it. And also, we made sure to follow the fair dealing law in that we had announced where the clip came from and who had broadcast it. But they can grab our footage and do the exact same thing and think it's perfectly okay. And I'm not saying that they should have gotten a copyright strike for what they did with our footage, because I understand the law. You are permitted to do that. You can take certain things without permission and build a narrative around it, and that counts as fair dealing, which is why I think in this case, in our case of using CTV's footage, it is fair dealing.
Now, this is how reasonable we tried to be. So I sent them an email on Monday, and it was very respectful, and it was essentially saying, hey, copyright people at Bell, this is the situation, and you've used a bunch of our clips. We understand that was fair dealing, and we don't have any problem with that. So would you please just resolve this and withdraw your claim so we can all get on with our lives? Well, ladies and gentlemen, they completely ignored us. So it's time to turn to you. It's time to let everybody know that this is what CTV is doing. So we have something to ask of all of you. We need your help. We need your help to spread this across social media. So creators like ourselves and Wyatt and any of the other independent creators that have yet to have a copyright claim by CTV, or maybe already do, we can help put some pressure on CTV to actually abide by the fair dealing law, have them back off, and let them understand that they don't have a unique right to take everybody else's footage and call it fair dealing. All's fair in love and news.